I just wanted to say it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance down at NADA. I've been following your method of selling for about 12 years, and I would like to be the student that maybe Doug Christensen was, or some of the other guys I watched. I think Kenny was one of the, Tim, I do believe is one of the guys that I watched as well in the team building. You've helped to shape my career. You've helped me to go from 6 years of selling. It wasn't until the last year I got fast-tracked once I got a hold of your method of selling, and it helped catapult me into management. I became a finance manager, then a finance director, then a used car manager, then a new car manager, then a general sales manager, and then general manager. So I've been a general manager for the last couple of years. Again, I owe a lot of it to you. You've helped me to get in and turn stores around when I became the GSM and sent all my people to you, to your 3-day selling seminars, and we trained and we recorded and meeting and greeting and rapport building, all of that. We turned the store from 50 cars a month to, well, it was actually, the cards, from 50 to a 90 car store, basically, is what it amounts to. So I want to say thanks. I appreciate it. You've really helped me in my career, and the only thing I can think of would be better would be to work for you. So that being said, we'll move forward, and I hope I get another opportunity maybe to meet you again. And that being said, we'll move on. Today we're going to be talking about the steps of the sale. Some of the steps of the sale you're very familiar with. Some of them are a little bit more intricate than others. But nonetheless, the most important step of the sale is the step you're on. And we want to talk about these steps. Obviously, first impression is the first step. You never get a chance to make a Never get a second chance to make a first impression. And then, of course, your greeting. Then rapport building. Investigate. Present. Demonstrate. Evidence manual. Service walk. All right. All of these steps to the sale, equally important. And let's go on with the first impression. You want to make a first impression that lasts. That means you want to look like a pro. You need to act like a pro. You want to sound like a pro. And you want to think like a pro. Remember, make a first impression that lasts. L-A-S-T is the acronym for look like a pro, act like a pro, sound like a pro, think like a pro. Look like a pro, you need to be very clean in your appearance. Act like a pro, no cussing, no spitting. Sound like a pro again. It all kind of goes hand in hand. Greeting. You talk about your greeting. You want to have a greeting with a quick either or. Firm handshake is very important. When you go to shake somebody's hand, get in step right away. Start getting control of the sale as soon as you greet the customer. Now, all too often, as soon as I say get control, people think that I'm talking about that negative, confrontational, push people around kind of selling. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the complete opposite of controlled confrontational selling. Talking about the positive control of the selling situation. The type of control that gets and keeps the sale on track. You want to take the customer from point A to point B, you need to be able to control the sale. And it's not negative either. You can do it in a positive way. Best way to gain control is right out of the greeting. Hi, welcome to ABC Motors. My name is Dane Halstead, and you're... Nice to meet you, so-and-so. Beautiful outside, isn't it? Quick yes. You want to get a quick yes, and then you want to get your either or. Okay? So, beautiful day outside, isn't it? Yes, it is. The customer says to you, folks, are you from in town or are you from out of town? Quick either or. Who's in control of the conversation? You are. When you gain control of that conversation, the next thing you got to start doing, get in step, build rapport. Immediately. You got to get that customer it's like a dance, you know? You want to get in step just as soon as possible. The longer it takes you to get in step, the longer it's going to take to make that sale happen. Okay? So, if you want to keep the sale on track, slow down. Don't go from the curb to the car. Here's what I mean. Hi, well, first of all, can I help you? Yeah, they're right over here, come on. And you go right from the curb, right to the car, skipping the all-important step. Skipping the all-important step of building rapport. Sorry, Joe, I got off the camera there a little bit. So let's not forget how important building rapport is. How important is it? 71% of people said they bought when they liked, they would listen, and they would buy from those that they believe. I'm for E except after C. Okay, so 71% of people, when you build rapport, don't go right from the curb to the car. Everybody else up and down the line is going to. What are you going to do differently? I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to start talking to the customer and start asking them open-ended questions. We've already talked about the kinds of questions. There's yes questions, there's either-or questions, and there are open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are going to allow the customer to talk about themselves. All customers want to talk about themselves. They want to talk about me, want to talk about, I'll save you the agony. I'll spare you the agony of singing. But that song is so true. People really do want to talk about themselves. Best way to get the customers to talk about themselves is to start asking the questions, open-ended questions. Here's some examples of some open-ended questions. Who? What? When? Open-ended. The who, what, when, who, what, when, where, why, how, and which. Okay? Who, what, when, where, why, how, and which. Oh, okay. So, who's the lucky one, Bob? You or somebody else? Excuse me. Who's the lucky one? Bob, you or Betty? Now, there's a quick either-or. Well, the car's for Betty. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, well, congratulations. What are you going to be using the car for, Betty? Really? Okay, so you start asking them, okay, you're going to be using the car to drive around the countryside because you like to pick strawberries. No kidding. Do you have a preference of where you go to pick your strawberries? You can start actually asking, and when do you do that? And where do you usually like to do that? And how long have you folks been doing that? It just basically gives you an opportunity to build some rapport with the customers and find out who they are, what they like. 71% of them said that they would buy from you because they liked you. Get them to like you by asking questions about them. Okay, so build rapport with your customer. Here's the timeline. Here's how the timeline works. Customer comes in. 71%. This is where they like. This is where they listen. Your presentation, demonstration, and then they buy. 71% of it, 80% of your selling is done in your presentation demonstration. But in order to get from there, you got to bridge this gap. You got to get 71% of them to like you. Quit going from the curb to the car. It will be the best thing you ever did. All right? Ask these open-ended questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how, and which. Look like a pro, act like a pro, sound like a pro, think like a pro. Do your greeting right. Get into dance. No confrontational selling. Start asking the questions. Build rapport. And before you know it, that customer will like you. They will listen to you. And they will buy from you. Thank you. That's all I have. And look forward to hopefully meeting you, Joe. Thanks.